Yo, what's going on, guys?
Hey guys, I see you made it, Jake.
Yo, we made it, my man.
Just in time.
Thanks, Bill. You know, my wife always helps with this stuff. I'm so illiterately, you know what I'm saying. Shut it.
So how y'all doing?
Good. I had a busy day.
Same. Essentially, it was a callback that held me up there, guys.
Call back.
Oh, don't
hear
you
about it?
Don't you hate those?
Yeah. Well, it was my fault. You know, well, of course it was.
Tell us
What'd you
about
do?
What'd you do?
All right, so it was a condenser fan motor. Used the puller again, of course. Got it nice and done. Checked it all out. Got it running. She had no heat, so it was heating, and then she wanted it cooling, and I didn't check it in that. And she had the fan motor replaced, the blower motor replaced. Before we did this condenser fan motor, and it's a Rude. Well, it was a ECM motor. They made PSC. They used blue, for the common side of the relay, and instead of the reversing valve, so it was constantly just power energizing the reversing valve because it was engaging in heat the whole time. So she hasn't been running it for a while because we've had really good temps.
I see.
If that makes sense. Hopefully that made sense.
Sounds like it's something I need to see. Did you make a video?
Nah, see, when it gets to those things, like I'm not really good at you're like, you got your chest mount and you're rocking and rolling. Me, I'm just like, it's just work. But it would be a good video, right?
Yeah.
So spent that time there. I'm like, holy shit. And I popped the thermostat off and they had W on reversing valve. And then in that the air handler Y or W was disconnected. So it was a whole thing. And I'm just looking outside. I'm like, I got power to my reversing valve, obviously, because we want the heat. And so it's good. She's happy. She's heating.
As long as you made it right. C Young over here is like, a callback? What's that?
No, I ain't gonna say I didn't charge her. I didn't. I did.
And Mike's, do you really want to record a callback though?
I have.
I do.
Yeah. I got a few on there. I don't care. I was still in the area, so it didn't bother me. She said she could wait till tomorrow. I was like, nah, because it's dips into the 50s, and the houses get down into the 60s if you don't have heat. So she's an older lady, so didn't want to leave.
Yeah, man. If obviously if it's your fault, you want to go back and take care of it. So it happens. We do it all the time. Well, not all the time.
Well, the crazy part is when I left, it was heating. It was 66 in the house. We raised it to 68. It's satisfied. So somewhere something happened. And was he reproducing yet? You stud him out? What's up?
He's
you can make a mint on those.
Hard hitting questions.
Nothing but the best. How's everybody else doing? We all good? Everybody's happy, healthy? Life is good?
Things are doing good.
Doing good. By the way, that is a sweet hoodie you have there, Curtis.
It sure is, isn't it?
Where'd you get that? Damn it!
That's a loaded question.
He wants a plug.
Discount code Krauss 10. Go save yourself some money.
There you go. I got to make a banner for that on the bottom.
Damn it. We should all... Okay, we all have something somewhere. Everybody, we're just going to plug the shit out of this show with... We're going to be we're going to be like Gil. It's just going to be cluttered with fucking...
Oh, yeah.
I reached out to a couple companies today about some kind of sponsorship.
No, that's good.
Oh, you wanna talk about it? Or?
Well, I reached out to JB Industries.
There you go.
Oh, they are looking, yeah.
And I reached out to Appion, but Appion hadn't responded.
From what I understand, JB was looking, especially at AHR. I just didn't get to go talk to them when everybody went over there because PE HVAC was there, Robert, Luis, all that group.
Yeah.
The visionaries, I think, went over there too and talked to people.
Well, I got a positive response. Nothing more than that.
How much you ask for? Just gotta,
a lot of companies are coming are actually giving or not giving in, but like coming to the table with stuff this because that was a big topic on the AHR floor, like with the guys like getting sponsorships and do stuff, because we do a lot of content and
have to. You can't be giving
we're
this shit
doing
out
like
for free.
yeah, I mean that's basically like commercials that we do for them.
Mm-hmm.
I know it.
Yeah, no.
That's why I noticed like Kurt and Francisco, they started taping over everything because they're like, hell no free advertisement.
For
Hmm.
I did that on a couple things. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You and Francisco, I was like, what's going on?
You straight up scratched that shit off the vacuum pump.
Oh yeah,
Oh, y'all saw that, didn't you?
yeah, I noticed that one.
And then I just completely replaced that vacuum pump. with
Sponsored by
something else.
Gatorade.
What are you using now?
A JB?
Oh,
okay.
Was it like the size of a catalytic converter?
No, it's actually 14 years old. It's one of the best pumps I've got.
The first pump I ever used, like when I got with the company, and that's what they provided us with JBs. My first set of gauges with JBs.
I don't think I've ever used one. We had the Robiner.
Those were good too, yeah.
Beat the shit out of them, but yeah.
Oh yeah. I rock the old Yellow Jacket Bullet X and the field piece. Whatever that, the VP 87.
Yeah, that's the one I got.
I'm down with it.
That's pretty good.
I can get behind some JB. They got that American made stuff going on, which I'm all about that.
They've got a vacuum pump that can do battery or plug-in.
Yeah, that's really cool.
It is nice.
Does the Milwaukee one do that? I forgot you have to pump the Milwaukee pump.
You probably can, but you got to get the JB adapter to make it happen.
Oh, like straight out of the box, it's only battery. Right.
Yes.
So that thing doesn't perform too well, though, does it, Kurt? That Milwaukee one?
It does perform pretty well, but like today I chose not to use it because I had a compressor full of refrigerant.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew it was going to take a long time, so I plugged up instead of using the battery.
So like getting into it, I was watching somebody's video and I was reading the comments, and they said it doesn't do like very well like a deep vacuum in terms of like long line sets.
I hadn't had that experience.
Okay. Yeah, me neither. Because I don't got one.
Oh, Brett! I think Brett was at the JB factory.
Oh, Brett, he doesn't know.
We need your sources cited.
Yeah,
Brett.
Pittsburgh didn't happen, bro. That's all I'm saying. The ginger's yelling again. You know that's coming.
I was gonna say he didn't give us that story. He left us hanging in the group chat.
So I was gonna send that to you guys today because yesterday I forgot my belt and I was like legit had my damn zip tie and like I was gonna I recorded a video and I was like, and I was their ass and I legit had it. Where did I put it? Hold on, I'm gonna find it for you. But I had my zip tie on and I was like, here it is.
The what?
Can you see it?
Well, yeah, you had it the first time.
I don't know why. Like
you were just Mr. Fat Cheeto, then, weren't you?
Let's see. Here we go.
There, yeah.
Sometimes you forget a belt. It's a real deal. It ain't just a joke, Cheeto.
So I was like, legit, dude. Like, I'm like, damn, this is like, it sucks, man. And my wife was like, yeah, you left it in the bin. I was like, son of a bitch. But yeah.
I got that HVAC tactical one. I just use that one now.
He should have gave us those in the part of the bag of the thing. I was like,
he didn't. I don't think he gave anything out even to like the winners because I know the last couple of years they got a package, a care package.
Oh, really? Okay.
But I guess the Vito bag was sufficient this year.
For sure, it's good. It's good. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I've been communicating with Brett and trying to tune him into some good channels on YouTube.
Elaborate.
Yeah, not Brett. Ben.
Oh, Ben.
Oh,
Oh, that's good.
You're a good man, Kurt. Don't let him keep you down.
Kurt's for the people.
This show is for the people.
The
That's why
people
Kurt's
show.
here. My man.
What's
Doing
up, blogger?
The blog star. Love it.
Alex says he's in the neighborhood. I think everybody's at that symposium.
Okay,
right?
easy killer. Don't be fucking. You know what I'm saying? I was
Is
gonna
that
try
go-
and swing by there.
It's
Yeah.
going on right now, right?
Yeah, today, tomorrow, and Saturday.
Oh, okay.
And I know last year or the year before when I went, they like Saturday it just opened up and everybody can come. So it was cool then.
Mike's like, I heard that HVAC guy channel is pretty good.
Did you guys check out that hour-long video? Let us know what you think in the comments.
An hour-long video.
Hour and 2 minutes. I didn't get a chance to.
So you didn't like no cutting,
should-
no editing?
There was a little bit of editing.
Okay.
I had to run back to the van, close the door so I could pee, and unfortunately, I was filming myself.
Bro, you got to keep that shit in, or that's real life.
Real day in the life.
No, that's what happens. I was thinking about like making a little makeshift bathroom. I remember my dad telling me this story of these guys he used to work with. They had like a little spot. They cut out the side of the floorboard in the bottom, and they would piss and shit.
Well, that's why we have a bucket.
Yeah. This was, and these
Did you
were the guys.
ever,
Go ahead.
did you see Tito's van when he had tricked it out with like a little hand, like a sink and everything,
Yeah,
like
I
to
didn't see
wash?
that one.
No, I hadn't seen that.
I was like, it's halfway there. You know, he almost had that bathroom there.
Yeah, they make buckets like toilet seat, like bucket seats for. We can never do it.
I don't know. Kurt gets it all the time.
Yeah, they make little bucket and then they make trash bags for them. I think you can get them at like Cabela's and shit.
Oh yeah, I've seen
and
those.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, HVAC Dad reminded me we are at 10 episodes. We made it to 10. I don't know how many we're gonna be able to squeeze in, but you know we're trying.
That's what I'm talking about. Solid stats, Dad. Pop.
Do you have time to eat, Jake?
Yeah, so we got Pepe's Cantina. You know, a little that authentic Mexican. I would assume. Tableside guac shit. Got some of that.
I'll be
With
the
the,
judge of that.
You know what?
You don't even know.
We do have this spot down here, though. We have a buddy. He's Mexican, and it's like I think I told you guys about it. It's like
Built into a garage, like a car shop, and that's where you eat. And they just have their little trailer outside. And
he's like, just because he grew up in Mexico, he's like, this is as real as it gets. I was like, but this isn't one of those. This is like I get Tex-Mex. I don't know, Americanized Mexican.
Oh, Mike's halfway through that video, that hour video.
Hell yeah. What's going on right now? Was it about the going with the refrigerant and the compressor or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Damn, I didn't see how long that one was. I remember the title and stuff.
Hell yeah. Good for you, Kurt. Putting in that work. Now, when you do your videos, obviously you're doing it on the GoPro. You just upload to the cloud, or do you have a different way of doing it?
No, I downloaded it on my iPad.
Like hard, like plug in?
Yeah, plug them together, and my iPad recognizes it as a camera. I download the videos and I edit on my iPad and do everything on my iPad.
That's pretty solid. Yeah, because I just do the cloud, and then that takes forever.
You can probably do that with the iPhone too, but
really,
I'm pretty sure because the iPhone has it's the Files app.
Okay, yeah, that would make sense.
I don't use the Files app. It's in Photos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when you plug it in, if you're in Photos, it pops up on the side over there. Your camera does.
Oh.
And you can click on it and see all your videos and just download whichever ones you want.
I didn't even know that.
I'm so slow.
I do everything through Files. Because in files, it's like a computer. It reads everything like a USB or a flash drive or whatever. I had never tried the photo app way.
Well, someone's gonna mess around with it this weekend, I guess, and figure it out.
What do you guys prefer on recovery units? Somebody's shopping for one right now. Mick.
Well, I just used an old one today.
Was it a JB?
No, it was a G5 Twin.
Ooh, Appion. That's why you reached out to him. The two products you use, you're like, you know what? Let's shoot my shot.
Let's just say one certain company's kind of slowly getting kicked to the curb.
Is it the yellow one?
They're yellow.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has to be.
That's the one I use. I like it. I like the digital. I like the DC motor. It's very like, I just like the features in it.
Yeah,
The field piece one we're talking. I forget.
Yeah,
what
it
it's
works.
called.
I have that one too. It's just
MG44, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It's pretty cool. I like it. But I know a lot of people rock the Twin too.
Well, the only bad thing about that one is it's bigger than others.
Yeah.
And it don't fit in some of the places where you store those.
The truth of the matter is, I actually use the Vever one. That's really the best one I have.
MR45. Now Navac just came out with one. Where are you going? Navac came out with one that's super light as well. It's like 22 pounds or something like that. And there was another one. Navac. I think Navac's the one that usually has the one that they boast is like the fastest and doesn't overheat. That better not be that Vivor crap.
Bro, it probably is. It don't even got a fucking name. It don't even got that shit just showed up to my door one day. I sold the other one for like $250, bro. I was like,
some poor bastard.
yeah, well, it was just.
Well,
Did you tell him it didn't work?
It worked. No, I didn't have an issue with it. It worked.
Oh
for
no,
me.
the vacuum pump was the one that didn't work.
Yeah, I didn't have the vacuum pump. I just had the recovery. It did fine. And then this one showed up. This has been in the box for 4
It just
months.
showed up.
Yeah. Didn't say from who, and it has no name. It's one of those, Amazon specials. Sorry to cut you off there. Yeah, you were talking about that new Navac one.
Yeah, somebody said the field piece is too big. I feel like it's pretty light.
It is pretty. It's light. Yeah. Balanced is well balanced.
But
It is
it
kind of
is-
like. It's kind of like that. Who the hell am I trying? Queen song, "Fat Bottom Girl." It's got like a really wide bass. That's what I was thinking.
Well, they purposely made it a little bit bigger so it could have a bigger condenser.
Look at you, fucking dropping bombs, bro. See,
Well, the Navac one has a nice one too. Like it's I don't know. They had a whole thing about it at the AHR, but I didn't really get to stop
like
by.
the GS7 or something like that, right? Or MG? No, I don't know. All these fucking.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's the RM7 Recovery Machine 7.
I've only
No,
bought
it's
one thing
N.
from Navac, and that's their flaring tool.
And
I like it.
nice. I
The
like
battery powered.
Yeah.
the one with the dies that you set in place.
Oh, you kind of clip them on,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then you slide the tool over it and press it, and it.
I bought
I
that
like-
one and the tube expander.
Didn't they had one that was like a drill, right? I like that one.
Yeah.
I thought that was a better design, like ergonomically, than the one they have now. Like it's like the size of this bottle when you try to grab you're like, "Meh," you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
I'm not used to that girth,
but you just push a button and it does it for you.
Yeah, it does a good flare. That's why I like it.
solid. I don't do enough flares, so
I'm gonna tell you something. If you don't do a lot of flares, and you got one of those little twist ones where you do it by hand, it's hard to do a good one.
yeah.
So that makes it easy to do a good flare. That's why I like it. It's just push and play and it's
Yeah.
done.
I got the CPS one.
Jamie, have you tried the tube expander? That's the one that I got. I had the hydraulic one, and then I got the battery powered one. That one's pretty solid too. I was hoping it would not leave the imprint, but it still does, like on the inside when it expands.
Can't.
I've got a manual Yellow Jacket tubing expander.
Yeah. Go all macho man on that shit.
It works. I hadn't had any problems with it.
I use the spin ones. I like those for the drill.
Yeah.
I haven't. Now, if you use the high torque on your damn drill, it kind of twists the copper real quick, but they've been pretty good.
Mike has a whole set. I've been interested in the bender one, but I don't know if I use it enough.
I do. That would be great. And it has the reverse head on it, but that's also kind of like clunky looking.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
A powered tubing bender for like
Yep.
3/4 and 7/8.
Yep.
Navac has all that. Navac has all that on lockdown, man.
Yeah, I think Kurt knows what he's getting.
I've got a ratchet tubing
Yeah.
bender.
I got the Helmore one.
I got Yellow Jacket.
I got an old Yellow Jacket. It ain't got the colors on it. It's just got
the old school black ones or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got the ones with the colors. Gotta watch how you word that.
Have you guys ever tried the spin ones? The ones for the drill?
Yeah, that's the ones I use.
Yeah, they work.
They're good. Rector Seal has it to where they fit your impact. It's got the hex, the 1/4" hex. Yeah.
Oh, do they? I didn't see those.
Yeah, I got both sets. I tend to use the spin ones though more inside of a like drill driver.
Yeah, I had those too. I mean, you just got to be careful because it gets hot, but those come out real clean.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's generally what you're gonna see me rocking. Rock this way.
So not all of us have the press tool, but
why you bring it up?
Well, you need to distinguish. That's not Pro Press.
It's well, which one do you have? I have RLS.
I have
refrigerant.
RLS, and I have the Mueller.
Yeah, the Mueller Streamline,
yeah,
whatever.
I have both of those.
Well, Kurt's over here flexing.
Straight up, right? Like, yeah, got this.
Well, I bought the RLS, and then Mueller gave me the jaws so that I might use some of their fittings and stuff in the videos.
Adrian?
I got the RLS one, and I use it on most of my walk-ins, and they work fine. No leaks.
Any Zoom lock experience? Now, see,
I have not had a good experience with the company, so I have not gotten their stuff.
I thought you had it. I thought you had both.
I don't want to name names, but no. Have they reached out to you for anything? Like they don't.
They have me.
They have.
Yeah.
Well, did we talk to them at HR, Jake? Remember he told you like I thought you almost had it.
I was right there. He gave me this. I'm like, why do I want the press fucking one or the push one? I want the damn. I was.
No, but he's like, why am I going to give you one? Because then RLS is just going to give you one too. I was like, dude,
that's how it works, bro. Like, but he was making a really good point. Like the point I was getting to is he was saying how the Zoom lock jaws fit over the O-ring portion and not to the side of it. So it's like, because when you would think you would want to bite over the fitting instead of like to the side of the fitting. I think that was a really good point.
It's a good point, but like if you just look when you're pressing, it's pretty obvious. Like I think Kurt had done it by mistake too, because you're so used to doing it like on the O-ring or like that. That's what you would think. But the jaw, like it fits into the groove, and then you press it. That's the only thing you have to think about when you do it.
So you're saying the RLS press is a good one to get
over Zoom lock? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Paul, if you're watching or listening,
one of the reasons I bought RLS is because it was widely available.
That too.
That's key, right? I mean, but at my supply house, they have the Zoom lock shit.
Do that.
Mine only has a Zoom lock push in the store. Like even when I was considering buying it, because they brought somebody down to do a demo and everything, and then they were gonna try and sell it to me, and I was like, "Well, where are the fittings?"
You just don't know who I am, do you, bud?
Well, they don't have the fittings. They only have the push fittings. And funny enough, a couple years later now, they still have not gotten the press fittings. So
No shit. No, that's lame.
Well,
I just usually order the RLS ones off like True Tech, or I can get them from Johnstone too. I just order them and I get them in a day or two.
Solid.
The RLS. There's 2 distributors that were carrying them. One of them, United Refrigeration, and the manager over at Baker Distributing asked me what I was going to buy, and then he started stocking a whole bunch of RLS.
Huh. Nice.
I will say
3 places I can buy it now.
Yeah, I will say RLS knows how to handle all that stuff, distribution, and then like their marketing. So
And you're saying who doesn't?
the other company.
Well, the people I buy my root equipment from,
Yeah.
they use the Mueller. That's all they use.
Huh.
Have you
The
used the
Streamline.
Mueller? Have you put
Yeah.
the Mueller fittings in? Okay.
Yes,
I
I've
thought
used them.
don't you got the Milwaukee one too?
Well, it's the same tools, different jaws.
Bert has everything.
Jeez. I try to find that shit on OfferUp or Marketplace because your boy just can't sit here and afford that stuff, and I just use a pair of pliers and crimp that shit on. I don't care.
Well, the Milwaukee tool fits Zoom Lock Max jaws. It fits RLS jaws. It fits
It's got all of it.
the Mueller.
Nice. Okay.
So once you buy that tool, you're just looking for jaws.
That's true. I think now for like those type of press tools, like are the jaws interchangeable for like plumbing? Or are they different tools altogether? I don't know.
It's just the jaws.
But is the force still going to be the same for pressurized on
Well,
water lines versus refrigerant lines?
They're rated. You can get like the basic one or like the one with more force, whatever you call it. And I don't know. They usually give you, like Zoomlock gave me like a little graph, and it told you what tool can do what sizes of pipe. Okay. And then you kind of have to like determine, are you going to do a lot of bigger sizes, or like me, I only do small up to 3/4 mostly. So I could get away with the basic one, but it would be the same thing with plumbing. You can use the jaws on it and just make sure that it's the right tool, right? If you can pick one that does both, or that's rated for both.
Just start banging out water heaters left and right. Fuck it.
That's what a lot of guys do. They have their Milwaukee set, and then like the guys that do plumbing and heating.
I've seen one of the guys I watch on YouTube, the Michigan heating guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
He uses them on water heaters and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like that shit. And then they like the gas fittings and all that.
I've been seeing it a lot at the hospital I work at, because like the maintenance guys, they do all those little repairs. Yeah. And I'm looking around and I see a bunch of like Viga or whatever it's called, Viega.
Viagra?
Press fitting. I don't know. Press fittings. So they're going around the whole place, pressing them in. I even saw one that was, I don't even know, it was like a 2-inch pipe trap, and they use the press fitting for that.
Like that's perfect. That's what it's like really, right, intended for. So you don't gotta get your like the right permits, your hot permits and all that. So you can just, you'll be golden. I'd like to do it again.
Help, but you gotta weld sometimes.
Oh, all day long, right? Like if you're gonna doing an install, you should still at least put a nipple on everything, I would think, right? That way, in case a coil has to be changed, anything like that, you should have, instead of cutting the bell fitting off, because that would be stupid.
I've changed a coil where I've cut that fitting off and then put the press fitting on the inside of the air handler.
I think I saw that one. Yeah.
I have done that.
Why not? I mean, whatever works, man. Because I remember you said it like the amount of time. I think in that video you were saying it's like it kind of almost correlates to the same thing almost.
It's about a wash,
yeah. Just I guess effectiveness. I got to set up my truck to where it's like tomorrow we're doing a gas furnace. It's like I'm just not organized to do the installs and then the sales and then the install or the service and then the repairs right now.
Gotta fix that. Gotta get it right. What we got?
All right,
What's in
guys.
the
All right, guys. I'm gonna leave a link in the chat if you guys want to pop in for a few minutes. Austin, the HVAC guy, is literally the GOAT.
Literally.
Thank you, man.
I mean, that's the OG right there, holding it down.
I appreciate
Literally the goat. How about a goat?
I might smell like a goat.
My man, let's go talk about it, Kurt. Let's hear about this. What else we got in there? Huh?
You want me to pull up the
When
The
I said
picture?
that, when I said that, my wife's over here smirking.
Kurt the goat. I mean, hey man, you know, holding it down.
All right,
Yeah,
guys. I'm gonna
later.
pull up the picture that Kurt sent in for the show, and I guess we're gonna play a little game of like find that unit. I think you saw it, Jake, right?
Yeah. I was driving and I couldn't find it. That's why I said F that. Like,
It's in there.
that's a sweet stick, bro.
Yeah, he
It's
sent
in there.
this. He sent this over, and he's like, "Look at this commercial job that I got." I was like, I don't even. I had to ask you. I was like, "Is there a unit back there?"
You did. Is there a
That's
unit
for
in
all
there?
the guys who swear they love commercial work. There
I
you
do.
go.
I do love commercial work. I've had so many bad ones before, like I started recording, like before my channel, that I wish I could have, like I wish I would have started sooner and I would have had it on film and stuff, because I have a lot of shady ones too that I have to get up to. The one that I always bring up is like it's a little strip mall that there's a carport behind it. That's the only wall that you can get up on. So you have to get up on the carport. That's like flimsy as hell.
Mhm.
Put up another ladder and get up to the roof, and we had to do like some coil change outs and different things on their AC units. Pain in the ass.
Yeah, I'm good. I had a video I put out where I had to put a ladder to get up on the wall or the roof, and you had to scale the roof, and then there was a parapet wall where the units were with nothing to get over, and you had to like, on the side of the roof to get up on the wall here, you had to jump over. Like, this just isn't safe.
No, a lot of it's not safe. I when I had that safety guy on my podcast, I started bringing up that stuff, and I'm like, this is not safe whatsoever. Like, I don't know who's liable for that, but you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Taxpayers.
Yes, Mike, it is squared away right in that area,
Yeah, that's where they housed it.
tucked away nicely. So those are the branches you were talking about, right? This side is, I'm assuming, the side you couldn't get to.
Yeah, that one side over there that you can see, big old branches of a tree growing right there from underneath it. And I didn't even try to get that panel off.
Nope. What
Well, he
ended up
had
being the issue?
What was that?
What was the issue? Says it all.
All right. The gas was turned off. So we got the gas turned on. I'm driving home, and the utility company calls me and goes, well, one of us have to go back and turn off the gas because we don't have a registered tenant in that space for over a year.
Okay.
And here's the deal. The meter for the building, for that part of the building, is inside. So they can't go yank the meter. They're talking about going and killing the power at the pole.
Oh, no way.
So I had to go back over there after I did all that work and turn the gas off.
It's the worst. Yeah, it's going back, bud.
And then Kurt's like, you know, never again commercial.
And this
Look
is
at-
why I don't do this shit.
Hold on. Just work, Rudy. I had a commercial job, no cool, and the condenser was surrounded by poison ivy. Customer didn't want to cut it down or anything. Jesus.
Yeah,
I I don't react very well with poison ivy. I might have walked away.
I got
Yeah, that's one of those like see you later, you know.
straight up.
Oh, I got to tell y'all. Was it today? Today we were doing a change out, and I sent a couple guys that were helping me over to do it. And this is funny. The lead installer calls me and he goes, "Boss man, I can't pull a line set." I said, "Well, what's wrong?" He goes, "It's under the house. It's full of raw sewage."
Oh man.
No. Yeah.
And I told him,
Damn.
I told him, I don't mean to laugh at you,
But
that was funny as hell.
oh man.
So here's the deal: it's a 3-ton and it had a 5/16 liquid line.
Oh.
So what I did, I told him just install it to what you got, and I'll offer to come back and change out the line set when that's fixed and cleaned up.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I'm good. It's one thing I don't do.
Changing the name of my channel. What are you talking about, Brett?
You know what he's talking about.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I think it's time to come. Go ahead. Guys, Adrian's got something he wants to tell us.
Oh shit.
See?
Hold on, I'm trying to do the link again.
I was trying to find a picture. I'm gonna send it to y'all. I got poison ivy on my feet so bad one time because we were out in the field playing softball, and the ball went out into the woods. So I just took my shoes off or whatever and walked in there. Poison ivy all over my feet, up my legs. It was so bad. Still went to work, but I was wearing slides the whole time, and I told the customers, I was like, "Hey, Hollywood HVAC,
Stupid.
Hollywood,
Stupid.
Oh well, Brett's gonna change the name of his advanced refrigeration podcast to what?
What would it be?
Hollywood Refrigeration Podcast. Almost right. You guys are the award winners. Freaking the hell is it? Mentor, right? Mentor. Humanitarian refrigeration. That's what he's gonna be.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, we'll just keep saying that's what he got. He's really just looking out for the people. But yeah, Brett, if you get a chance to tell us the story that you were going to tell us about, there's a link in the chat.
Yeah, it's for you, Brett.
What was I going to say? I had something I thought I was going to say to you guys, but I lied. Okay. The dead silence has to stop. It just has me just going like...
I thought you had something to say.
That was me just fucking filling the dead air, bro.
Well, I'm trying to fix this over here. Okay.
All right, what we trying to say?
My lights turned off and everything.
Yeah, I noticed. It got all dark over there. It's kind of... Well, that's what they do in Hollywood. They start to censor you like that. You know what I mean? They just cut out the feed. Like, he's saying too much.
Stop yelling, Krauss.
Was it loud?
No, it cut you out.
Oh, my bad.
That's just
who
who he
yelling.
is.
It's just the way I talk.
That's
Do y'all
just-
remember
yeah.
that? Did y'all watch the Chappelle show back in the day?
Yeah. Well, I did.
No.
Oh. You never watched it? Okay. Well, there was like he did,
Humanitarian.
all right.
Here-
Yeah, there he is. Call his ass.
No soul.
Mute this motherfucker right now. I gotta finish it. Hold on. It was the Dave Chappelle would always he did the Samuel Adams or who's the other guy? Samuel L. Jackson. And he's like, I ain't yelling. It's just
Oh,
the
yeah.
way I talk. And
I love
just
that one.
I put it in one of my videos one time because I had somebody like comment like, why are you always yelling? Or dude, bring it down a notch. It's like you just must not know who I am. Like it's just who I am. You
Well,
know,
that's why I did that eastbound down thing, because that's
was
definitely you
good.
all
That was-
together, man.
I watched that dude, and now all like my feed just pops up with Kenny Powers. I'm like, I'm like, I can get behind this a
I don't
little
know
bit.
why I'm yelling, but I'm really angry right now.
Oh, yeah. Ash was like, he's very condescending. I don't know if that's you. I'm like, I don't think that's like the point of it. It's like,
Well,
it's all the
no,
other stuff.
I used this Reface app. So I basically took a picture of you, the one that Ashley sent me, or she
Yeah.
didn't send me. Sorry, she didn't send me anything. And so she didn't send me that, and then I refaced it with Kenny Powers, and I was like, that's amazing, because like
worked
it
out
has
really
your approach as far as yelling, you know.
well. That's it, man. Kenny
So-
Powers, yeah, that dude was lit. I gotta watch the show. I remember that like when it first came out. It was on HBO, right?
I don't know. I don't
It was
ever
like one
watch
of the
anything
free
when it's brand
HBO.
new.
Yeah, it was old stuff. So
So which one do you want to hear? You want to hear the grandma or the Mr. Fat Cheeto story?
Mr. Fat Cheeto.
let's hear the cheats.
The
So
people have
I
spoken.
I was walking through HR, right? And you guys probably know how it is, you know, especially, you know, Hollywood up in the corner there. But like when, you know, people, you know, will yell at you and say, "Hey, Adrian," you know, like not the Rocky one, but just to get your attention, right? Yeah. Adrian's ducking the paparazzi now. So anyway, I'm walking through, I'm waiting for a guy, a friend of mine, I can never pronounce his name. So he's from South Africa. He sounds like every bad guy in Lethal Weapon ever. Diplomatic immunity. I just call him Bob. And so I'm looking for Bob. I'm walking through the north end. So I'm walking through all the residential stuff. Kevin Guts distracted by a veto bag or something. And I'm walking down and I get to a place that I hear someone say, "Hey, Brett." I'm like, "Oh, we won." Yeah. You know, because I mean, it's not really a real common name. So I walk up over to him and I walk over to him and he has his tag turned around. So I walk over, I take his tag, I turn it around. I'm like, "Nope, ain't ringing no bells." He's like, "No, I wanted to talk to you about this thermostat." I'm like, "Oh, so you were using this as a ploy to get me over here." I said, I do a tiny bit of social media. So like sometimes people are like, "Hey, Brett," you know, and that's, you know, I go over there and whatever. And that wasn't the case. It was a ploy to get my ass over there. So I'm talking to him. I was like, "All right, now that you've already started wasting my time," I said, "Let's talk about this, you know, whatever you want to talk about." And he's like, "Well, this is a really new, you know, brand new cutting edge information. It's a thermostat that actually lets the service contractor know of temperature trends." Oh,
Okay.
so you're trying to sell me technology that's been around for probably 20 years and you want to sell it to grandma because you want to know when the unit's going to be going down? Maybe she left the freaking window open. I don't know. He's like, "Well, no, like it tells you the trends and everything." I said, "Oh no, I really appreciate you wasting my time." He's like, "Well, he's like, "Did you say you did social media?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Well, I'm from Alabama, you know," and he's like, I know someone that does the social medias too."
Did he really say it like that though?
Not exactly. He had a little bit of twinge. Curtis, I'm sorry. I'm not just, that's the way he was talking. That's not being derogatory by anyone from the South. I have friends in the South.
You live in Texas.
Yeah, seriously. Except for everyone wears cowboy hats and says y'all. So anyway, so we get in, he's like, "Well, so I know some social media's people too." And I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Who do you know?" He's like, "Maybe you've heard of him, Mr. Fat Cheeto." And so my lawyer told me one time a very important lesson. I didn't get any trouble. He basically, I was in a deposition and he said, "Whenever you say something, Brett, you pause for 4 to 5 seconds to really think about what you want to say." So this is a very important lesson that I've learned that has helped me be such a very vocal person when it comes down to bullshit like this. So I was like, "Oh, Mr. Fat Cheeto, I've heard what he does with the money, and I think it's very, very awesome the fact that he actually donates a lot of his money, because I've heard that."
He's a real humanitarian. Let's be
No,
honest.
you know,
Legit.
and I said, "But the fact that you want to name drop someone that perpetuates the stigma that HVAC technicians are a bunch of fat, uneducated retards, kind of bothers me. And the fact that you're like, 'I know Mr. Fat Cheeto. That's the thing I know, Captain Crunch,' you know." And like,
I claim the fame.
and I was like, and so you're trying to sell me 20-year-old technology with basically, you know, with your ploy that, you know, Mr. Fat Cheeto. I was like, you've wasted enough of my time for the day. I'm going to go on and find my friend Bob. So I walk away and I hear the same guy, hey, Jill. I was like, I turn around, full fall for that shit. He doesn't know you. It's a ploy. It's a thermostat that tells you the temperature remotely. Walk the fuck away and have be on with your day. And she turns around and walks away.
Yeah. Fucking Brett. You didn't get this guy's name?
No, no.
Well, he said, I'm from Alabama and I know Mr. Fat Cheeto. Is he from Alabama or something?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's it. It was some black thermostat. After he tried to like pawn off 20-year-old technology, and I'm like, no, I'm done.
So dumb.
I'm done. And since I'm on here, I mean, some of you guys already know the grandma story, but I want to tell the grandma story because that was real fun.
Let's go.
So I don't
Was
feel
that the one you told last time?
no, I told it on the phone. You and I were texting
Okay.
back and forth. I didn't tell it
that
before.
one.
Oh, okay. So I don't feel like a horrible father.
This one.
I told in the morning I took my son to the Pinewood Derby, which I did awful in. My car didn't even pass the finish line. And so my son was already tired. And so we're walking he's like, I want to go to this playhouse thing. So it's like an inside playhouse that has a whole gym and stuff inside, little tubes and stuff. And it's made for kids. My son is 7 years old. So like he loves playing with other kids. And I could tell at the point he was starting to get tired because he just comes over and I'm like, what do you want? And he's like, I just want a hug. And like, he never wants to be around me just for a hug unless the dude's tired. So I knew like he was on the verge of just being tired. And so I get kind of overwhelmed when I'm in a public setting. So you'll notice a lot of times I always have at least one headphone in. So I'm listening to music. So I'm not listening to all the like people talking because I get overstimulated and then I get anxiety over it. And sometimes we'll have a panic attack. And so I'm in the place and I have the one headphone out and I hear, you started it. No, you started. And I hear my kid and I'm like, so I go over there. I'm like, what's going on? And he goes, well, he kicked me. And then I hear the kid say to me and Jay, because I'm standing right in front of him, he's like, well, he spit on me first. And we don't do that. We just don't do that. I understand your dude, and we always tell him it's like, it's okay to be tired, but it's not okay to be a jerk. So I pull him off this side and I know I talk loud because I'm deaf and I can't hear anything. So, yeah, exactly. So I pull him close. And I was like, we don't do that. That was absolutely disgusting. You do not do that. You know better. And I set him down and he starts crying because he's already tired, right?
For sure.
So I am standing over my son, like reprimanding him. And this grandmother, Miss High and Mighty. Now I live in a very bougie neighborhood. Like just, I can't believe you did that. No, you shouldn't do that. So she comes up to me and she's like, do we have a problem here? I said, no, not anymore. My son did something that was bad and I'm reprimanding my son. Can I help you? Well, I heard you call him disgusting. No, I didn't. He spit on a kid and that was disgusting. So I was telling him that's a bad thing to do. Like, just like James had me on fire, bad, spitting bad. We don't do that. So I'm shaking at this point because I don't believe the audacity this woman has, like telling me, a 41-year-old person, that I shouldn't be reprimanding my son. And I'm thinking awful things, but once again, took the lawyer's advice, stopped talking for 4 to 5 seconds. And I'm shaking and she sees that I have psycho eyes. Cause I'm like, I can't believe you're telling me this. And then she keeps staring at me and she says, do we have a problem? I said, yes, we do. I said, I can't believe a woman that's not related to me is telling me what the fuck to do with my son. I already have a mom and she's dead. So why don't you kindly do the same? I said, better yet, go back to your nursing home with your Jello and your Depends and get the out of my face. Turned around, walked away.
Did she get Jello?
Damn.
That lawyer telling me to pause for 4 to 5 seconds was the best thing in the world because I just came up with that verbal
Go ahead, Kurt. Look at Kurt's face. I think the moral of this whole story is the fact that you're 41. I thought you were like 35.
Yeah. No, I actually, it's funny because like I just actually talked to one of the HR people at work because it's funny because I'm in the HR department, believe it or not. And she goes, she's like, you work a lot. I said, yeah, no, I do. And, I just,
Why they all sound the same?
sorry, because that's my feminine voice. I was like, I don't know what you want to tell him. So anyway, she says, you look really young. How old are you? And she didn't want to ask, but she didn't want to ask because it's that whole HR thing. You don't want to ask the age or whatever. And I said, no, I'm 41. She's like, I thought you were 35. And I said, well, thank you. And I love you. But no, I am actually older. So like, that's that her and the young lady that I met in the other place was really nice and said the same thing. Wait, Krauss, can you get a beer yet?
I sure can, bud.
Curtis, you're dying over there. I'm really upset that I didn't get to meet you. Like,
maybe next time.
You're gonna be down there in Florida, yeah?
I'm gonna try.
No,
Okay,
you're gonna be here.
So just for everyone now, I'm going to ruin your life, Krauss. So Krauss's wife invited everyone down there that's coming down to AHR to come to the house. We're going to have a camp out, parties, and it's going to be crazy down there.
We went over this. I don't know how many fucking people she told that could stay here, but the room's booked, bro. There's this many people to this shit.
We're going to stack it up. We're going to have to rent a U-Haul just so we can put like beds like in the back.
Hell yeah, let's do it, bro.
I got a camper. Can I park it in the yard?
You have a camper?
We can go on Cousin Eddie
camper.
on them.
Is it on?
Do you?
It's mobile. It's not on bricks.
Bring that shit down. Okay, just because he talks like that. Damn. Zinga.
I got a pop-up camper that I don't get to use. I'll take it down to Jake's front yard.
Let's do it. Bring it on.
Jake's the
might
host.
have a problem with it, but
it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing.
Do you ever go to Georgia, Brett? Do you ever make
I actually, when I went down, I went down to AHR last year, right, when I was in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Like while I was there, I was like, when in Rome, because like there's so many different refrigeration. There's so many refrigeration manufacturers down there. Husband's down there, Kaiser Warren's down there, Hill Phoenix is down there, Heatcraft is down there. There's just a bunch of them down there, right? So when I went down there, I went over to, I don't even know, I should be telling this story.
Tell it.
I went down there and
we're not live.
Yeah, bullshit. So I went down.
Nobody watches.
All right, Hollywood. So I went down to Hill Phoenix and I called Kevin because Kevin actually says a lot of bad things about a lot of different things that he thinks is the most horrible thing in the world. And so now, like, I've been better at editing. So if anyone wants a secret little Easter egg in the podcast, if they ever hear me say I hate you, it's because he said some horrible shit, but I went back and edited it. So when I say I hate you, that's my cue when I'm doing the editing to go back and be like, oh, I got to take that out.
There we go. Yeah.
I went down to go Hill Phoenix. And so one of the guys over there is giving me the tour, right? Oh, dude, Hollywood's sticking now. Everything's already on it. So anyway, so I'm down there.
Don't encourage this guy.
So I'm down in Hill Phoenix. And I'm walking through the facility, and I've been told I have a very baritone, very distinct voice. So I'm walking through this cat. We're walking through the hallways, and all I hear is, "Hey, is that Brett Wetzel?" Shit. And before I went down, before I actually went into the facility, I called Kevin. I was like, "Hey, listen, I'm about to walk into this factory. If you don't hear from me exactly 4:00, they probably dropped some big piece of equipment on me because of some bullshit that you said. So I'm just letting you know right now." Right. So I'm walking through, and then, like I said, the guy calls my name and says, "Is that Brett?" And I knew it was going to happen. So I go over into the over to this guy. He's like, "Come meet our head of engineering." I'm like, "Oh, wonderful." So we walk in. He's like, "Hey, really nice to meet you." He's like, "Man, you guys are really doing some good stuff." And we listen to the podcast. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm waiting for it. It's coming." He's like, "By the way, we have ARP memos." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, if there's anything you guys don't agree with, we actually have our engineers actually look into it." And I'm like,
"Tell me more."
That's it. I was like, my heart was in my throat, and I'm like, as soon as I got out of there, I was like texting Kevin. I was like, "You are the biggest asshole in the world."
Yeah, because we talked about this, or I told you, because I had this like an issue with Heatcraft, where like they were like super excited to work together, do something, collab. And I was, and I didn't hear back from them, and I was like, did they watch my videos? Because I had issues with their IntelliGen. Well, Kurt, and I never heard back after that. And then you told me that they do keep tabs on everything.
Oh, they do.
Yes, I was supposed to get a tour of the HeatCraft.
I was going to ask you that right now.
Well, you're
And,
associated with
Hollywood over
this
here.
guy over here, so you're kind of fucking
So I have a
GPA, son.
So Curtis, I don't know if you saw my comment before. You were talking about like using the G5, the Appion or whatever. If you were to sign on with any sponsors, are the manufacturer going to put a hammer clause into your contract? Make sure that there's no way that you can take a hammer to their piece of equipment. Like if you get pissed off about something.
Hammer, yes. Mallet, no.
As my son would say, you did not specify.
How many ounces are we talking here?
To use a hammer.
There's a non-hammer or hammer related cost. They didn't say anything about that socket wrench, motherfucker.
But what happened? I thought you were supposed to go tour that.
Oh, I was supposed to go to HeatCraft, and I saved the email. I contacted them, said, "Hey, I'm still interested." And they were like, "We got a lot going on right now, but yeah, we're going to make this happen."
Okay.
And that was like in November.
Oh shit.
But I've seen.
Did you ever hit an Intelligent with a hammer?
No.
Okay. I'm just making
He
sure.
looked at it. He looked at it like he was going to hit it with a hammer. That's what it was.
I need to take a hammer to one of them.
Well, there
That's
goes your
all-
chance.
that's all we-
There goes any chance you had.
They haven't answered me. It's been like a year or two.
Listen here, HW. Okay.
Do you think they know that I know you, Adrian, or something like?
Nah. Nobody
So-
watches this show.
Go through it. What was the deal with the Intelligent? That's still a year.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Like what's
No, that they never. I sent like 2 or 3 emails. They never responded after the last one.
What was the problem?
No. This was the collaboration that they wanted.
Oh,
Yeah, but
They
what
were
did
like
you say bad
super
about it?
excited. Huh?
You said something bad about it?
My videos where I have
Like-
so many issues with the bad boards.
And you just
Yeah.
said like it sucks ass or something?
Or they can actually freeze over. That to me is just.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's in a
I'm
position
surprised-
where it can get exposed to ice.
so Matt
That was my
Waxer,
concern.
the HVAC doc. I talk to him every once in a while, and we kind of have a little bromance going. And so like we were talking back and forth, and apparently he was telling me about there's some company, I forget what it is, where they make a spray that's supposed to help the integrity of boards that are subjugated to potential water, like like the carrier boards that are the fan heat boards that are down there. They usually get a lot of corrosion on there because of just the area they're in. So you could potentially have this spray. And I want to know find out what the company name was, because what I really want to do is have a board, hit it with a thermal imaging camera and record it and see what the temperatures is. Hit it with then the spray and see if it's going to affect the operation, and see if it causes any of the chipsets to get any higher than what it should be.
And then hit it with a hammer and see if that helps. No, I think they do something to them. Obviously, they're the one.
There's a coating.
We put one in the freezer, right? It's specific to a freezer too.
Mhm.
But we've had issues where the brackets break or the motors come unplugged because they're just not. I have to go back and actually put in zip ties and stuff because they're just hanging there, and it iced over and it went over the board and everything.
So I will tell you something about braking and vibration, which happens with any freezer. Okay.
Yeah.
If the defrost termination is happening too much, and normally what you can tell this by see, I went funny storage and now technical. So you get ice up on the ceiling. Okay, so that's the first indication where it's defrosting too long. The other thing is if you have ice and moisture around the shroud. Okay, that tells you instantly that it's going in too long, because the heat should just stay right on the coil. I tell you this. So in the bigger stuff, like the 1 horsepower motors, you might have 3 or 6 of those 1 horsepower motors actually driving the fan motors, in some of the supermarket stuff. And what happens is, if the defrost termination isn't correct, what happens is you get that moisture that builds up around the fan shroud, but you also typically get moisture building up on the fan blades. So here's the thing: if it sets down at this point, right, and then it sweats a whole bunch, all that water is then going to collect on the end blade, right? Then it's going to spin around again and go through another defrost cycle. Then it's going to come down because now that's the heaviest, and now it's going to hold down right there again. Now it's going to happen again because it still has defrost issues. So then basically now it's going to get even more ice.
Heavier and heavier.
Exactly. So have you ever seen a tire out of balance and it shakes the whole freaking car?
Mm-hmm.
It's essentially what happened. And I didn't know this actually like happened. So we had a certain customer where we were blowing hot gas charge of like 800 pounds every single time this thing broke. And this is why it would essentially put it out of balance. And then depending if it has like a spider fan bracket, it'll usually break the bracket. Okay. But if it has a straight piece of steel going across, usually it will start cracking that, but typically it'll shake the copper. So what it was doing was it was actually shaking the distributor, and these distributors had like 30 distributors on this thing. So it would shake it to a point where it would like clear, like it looked like it was sheared off. Okay, so that was one instance, and that happens. And sometimes they'll actually break liquid lines. They'll crack. There was a 2 in 5 suction manifold that came off this evaporator that basically cracked. And it was funny because I went to go train down, I think, San Antonio the one time, and I'm describing this to this kid. I was like, yeah, if the termination isn't messed up, it's going to do it. When we looked at the rack had 30% liquid receiver level in it. Okay. We walked in. I said, hey, because usually I like to scope stuff out so I can point stuff out that's wrong to educate him so he's not so he can catch these things, right? I go get the manager. I'm going to go walk in the freezer. I go walk in the freezer. In about 5 minutes, like I'm starting to get lightheaded as shit. And I'm starting to make my way to the door. I finally get the door open. I open it up and I slumped over and just sat down outside the walk-in. And I closed the door behind me and he comes up with the manager. He's like, what's wrong? I was like, I'm lightheaded as shit, man. He's like, I was like, there's a leak in there. He's like, we just saw the receiver level. It was 30%. We go walking back outside. By the time we got out there, the rack was empty. There was no pounds in it whatsoever. So it literally just happened. The thing that I just described to him just fucking happened. One thing that we've done, like, so you can try your best to place that termination sensor to the best of your ability where you think it should be. Typically all the defrost heaters are on the back end, right? So you defrost heater here, and then you got one down here, right? I put it in the middle of those two, but then on the fan side. And the reason why I put it on the fan side is because then it's away from the heat. I don't put it all the way towards the top because the heat's going to rise because you could get a false temperature. But then also because the distributor tubes are usually feed towards the fan, that is going to be the coldest spot. So even regardless if it has high superheat, it's still, that is going to always be the coldest part. So it's going to be the first part that gets cold and the last part to get warm. So that is like an optimal place to put a defrost termination sensor for an electric defrost for that very, very purpose. And then it'll delegate some of those issues. That being said, sometimes customers tell you that you can't move shit, so you got to get creative. Yeah. I was using food grade silicone spray at one point and spraying the fan blades. So when the water would go to collect, it couldn't refreeze because it would fall off the blade. And then it didn't get that weight thing.
Gotcha. I don't know.
Dropping bombs, bro.
Sorry.
Fantastic.
Intelligence still sucks, but
yeah, changed the capacitor today, and
no, because Mike mentioned that he didn't have any problems with them. We've put in a ton of them. Not all of them have failed. It's just I do like how easy they are to put in and stuff, but like the boards, like I've had like 3 fail on me already, at least 3.
Well, I will tell you, Corel will actually tell you.
What did you say, Brad? We didn't hear you.
Corel, I was going to grab an expansion valve. So like normally the Corel expansion valve goes up and then out this way. It's not at a straight. But even though, like, if you look at this one shows that it's bi, like it can go either direction, right? But if you have one going in this way and then out this way, you want to make sure that the out is farther away from here, because what you don't want to happen.
I can't hear anyone.
We can hear you.
Well, shut the.
Hey, you muted yourself. We heard you.
He can't hear us.
I know.
Keep going, Brett.
So if you have where it does the evaporation process closer to the head, a lot of times it'll short the stator out. So even though it says the motor is bi-directional, you have to watch which way you put it in. So basically the frosting doesn't happen closer to where the electronics are.
Yeah, buddy. Yep.
Well, next time I'm in a walk-in cooler, I'll try to remember that.
Oh, they also have. Oh, so there's also a difference. So you can't get an IntelliGen because even though they sell Corel in the box, I think the regular Corels have like 850 steps, but I think the ones that they use for the IntelliGen has 635. So if you try to get just a straight Corel valve, a lot of times it'll end up it'll lose its spot.
Can you manually adjust those or?
No, it's the amount of steps from open to close. But what
Okay.
you can do, like, because they make a magnet for those to actually
Yeah.
manually open and close them. But
Right.
if you loosen up the nut and you take that stator and you spin the stator onto the stem, it'll manually drive it. It's a mag drive, so it'll manually drive it open and close. Next time you have a brand new valve, because Curtis, you look like you don't believe me. If you have a expansion valve, try to blow through it because it should be open. And if you just take that stator, loosen up the black nut on top, and if you spin it, it'll manually actually physically close it. I know I have one around here. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Can
I
you
know
hear us
something
now?
similar to the like the EEVs on the like train systems were similar to that.
Oh, don't you just love an EEV?
I do.
Sounds like it, yeah.
See, when I called Heatcraft, that was the other thing. I didn't get any good technical support because they were telling me to replace the EEV,
Mm.
and I did it, and it did the
It
same
had
thing.
two, and it was like the other one or something, or
I ended up doing the valve, and then like it was still the same issue, and I was like, let me just change out the board, and that was the problem.
I'm learning to work on EEVs, and it's trial by fire. I'm learning the hard way.
Hey guys, I'm sorry. I gotta take my son up to bed. Have a good night.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
no
coming in,
problem.
Brett. Later,
Bye guys.
humanitarian.
What's
I
up,
got
Ryan?
it in.
Thanks for having me on tonight. How's
There he
everyone
is.
doing?
Good.
Doing fantastic. How are you?
So,
I'm good. I'm
Ryan,
good.
tell me what this trades over college thing is. They were trying to tell me about it.
Yep. So basically, I started this page about a month ago. I'm trying to empower the younger generation to do better because we really need more people in this trade, man. I mean,
He's
in the trades in general.
Yeah, he's only 18. He just started trade school, and he's kind of posting the stuff that he does there.
Starting
We got
trade
Yeah.
school. Are you specifically studying HVAC, or what are you studying?
Yeah, HVAC and refrigeration.
I'll say.
So what kind of tool bag do you have there? Because we're all Vito guys over here.
I got the Vito now from HVAC Tactical.
But for your tools, what do you got for your tools?
Oh, Malco. But I
Malco
moved
bag.
everything to the Vito bag. Some of my stuff.
Oh, you did. They
Yeah.
got that new
I mean, the school
EDC insert.
school gave it to me for free.
Gotcha.
Schools will hook you up with tools and shit when you guys are done, and all like they
Yeah.
give you like torches. Do you get vacuum pumps or anything like that, or just hand
No,
tools?
they just give us the basic like hand tools and meters.
What power tool line are you looking to get into?
I don't even know yet, to be honest. Probably DeWalt or Milwaukee.
Uh-oh. You got all Milwaukee guys up here right now.
Well, I use Makita too.
Oh, Makita, yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you what about the Makita
That's
shit.
also a good one.
The outdoor line they have that's all that OD green stuff. Like it looks so gangster. Like they just had the coffee maker was on sale. Like, damn, do I really need it? No, but it's OD green.
Guys, don't forget the Ryobi.
Oh,
Don't you dare!
All right, we had enough of that, but
Yeah,
uh,
that was good.
I was like, who mentions Ryobi? Come on.
hey, I do have a couple Ryobi tools, but two of them are vacuums I use in the house.
Mhm.
And
Okay,
another,
okay.
another one's a little
I
pressure
got
washer that I
a
can't
drill
buy.
back there. Yeah, right there.
Oh, he does have Ryobi.
I have a Ryobi tool.
I had something from them too, but it was for around the house.
I got a 5-gallon backpack sprayer. that I was using for coils till I got the Milwaukee one.
I was gonna say you ended up getting a Milwaukee one anyway.
Yeah. So it wasn't a bad deal at the time.
Yeah.
So, well, you said you were working out before this show, right? Is that like hobby? You
Gotta
got
start
hobbies?
somewhere.
This guy,
Powerlifting, bodybuilding, what?
Ryan,
there's like a delay or something.
Ryan, can you hear us okay?
Do it, Kurt. Just do it.
I don't think he can hear
You
me.
were
Can
kind of
hear me,
breaking up.
Ryan?
Are you talking to me? I
Yeah.
don't. It's kind of breaking up. I'm not sure if it's my connection or what.
Oh.
I wanted to ask you.
What did you say?
Is that a perm?
Oh my God.
Yo,
You didn't hear me.
fuck. That was good. He didn't get it though. Did he hear it?
No,
Damn it, Kurt.
I
The
think
way
we're-
you that was good, bro. You said it.
I don't think you can hear us, can you? You're
Damn it.
muted.
All right, guys. Jake, I think you're bowing
my
out
computer's
soon.
about to die, so
Y'all
Later.
are gonna have to tell me the joke about the perm.
yo, Kurt is a legend on this one. All
right,
right,
I'm gonna
here,
take-
let's
I'm gonna
hop
put
off
him out
real
of his
quick, and
misery
then
there.
I'll do it before my shit dies. But are we signing out?
Yeah, we can. I had to take him off because
Yeah, that's good with me because last time we were on to like past 9 o'clock.
All
Yeah.
right. I appreciate all y'all. Hell yeah.
All right, guys,
care.
and everybody in the chat, I appreciate y'all for coming out. That was a good one. We had fun.
There he there he is. There he
He's
is.
been asleep this whole time.
Yeah.
Right here by my side.
No teabagging tonight.
Oh, we can arrange that.
Good,
And on
bro.
that- And on that note, I will see you guys next time.
Later, y'all.
Bye.